Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We got a 1911 game here this evening, and stand by. I'll have the lineups shortly. Stand by, please. Highlanders. Oh. Oh. Kathy Harden has arrived. This is really going back in time, Kathy. And I hope you don't mind. But I'm gonna take my time. I understand if you can't stay, but for the whole thing, but I'm gonna take my sweet time here and relax and enjoy myself. I sure do hope you understand. All right, Kathy Harden, I'll tell you, you are one good friend to hang out with me here for all these games, all these hours, all these days. You really are. The tweet should be up. And I'm looking forward to this ball game. Oh. 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 Indeed. Oh. Oh, I'm so glad you do enjoy it, Kathy. And you know how to have a good time. You know, you do. Yeah, you know how to have a good time with Strat-O-Matic. No doubt about it. And you make me enjoy it. You talking about the tweet for this game? Because yeah, they don't. It's hard to find a good picture. A picture of Griffith. It was barely completed. And thanks for that retweet. Yeah, yeah, I think it's a pretty cool picture. That's before they put the fence in. Believe it or not. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an evening game here. To me, I'm 65 years old. It's 5 p.m. is already evening, and we got an interesting cast of characters. It's the New York Highlanders at the Washington Senators, and you know, there's something I find kind of interesting about the New York Highlanders. They are the original New York Yankees. I just don't know that they had the same personality or character. They were a pretty journeyman team. They came in 6th place in this 8-team league. They were exactly 500, 76 and 76. The Senators, on the other hand, they came into second to last, 7th place. They were 64 and 90. And basically, they were bad, okay, even though they had the big train, Walter Johnson, in 154 games. Had they played 8 more games, they probably would have lost at least 4 of them or more, and had anywhere from 94 to 96 losses, missing the 100 mark. The Browns were in last. They lost 107, even with 8 less games. So we're going to look into this history here. We got an interesting ball game. It's Hippo Vaughn, 8-10 on the season. He's a southpaw, and he already has a record of 1-0. The Highlanders come in 2-2. We're early on here. The Detroit Tigers in the American League have gotten off to a pretty good start, and so they are ahead of the pack here. The Senators are also 2-2. That's pretty good for them. They're 1.5 out. For the Tom Hughes, and he has no record. This is his first start. This is his first appearance, I believe. And we are in what's called Griffith Stadium. And again, you know, you get the 1-0 from Vaughn because we're doing full records, not just wins. And we're not doing any other individual stats. The home runs we don't need. There's so few of them, I'm not going to spend any time on that. Long John Hughes was 11-17. He looks to be maybe a better pitcher than Hippo Vaughn, but he's on a team that's not as good. Let's look at our lineups for the ball game, and I want to say to everybody out there, we're so glad that you have decided to join us. Leading off for the New York Highlanders and playing right field is Harry Walter. Look at him, 304 average. And we may not finish this game because I just may get to, who knows what I'll get, you know. Harry Walter, I might as well not hide it. Why not? Harry Walter. Well, he lived a while. He was born in 1884 and he died in 1970 at the age of 85. So this is a guy who was born during the, I guess you could call it the Gilded Era. And he only played 7 seasons. Very, very journeyman ball player, I would say. He did pitch too. He was 4-6 lifetime. This year, 1911, was his best season. He had pretty high averages for 2 years, but very few at bats. So this was his best year, and as I can see it. Harry Walter, a very gentlemanly guy. As far as I can tell. So there's a Harry Walter, and that makes it real. Imagine going back in time and meeting this frickin' guy. Do you have that kind of imagination? Just gander. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on bios tonight, but I want you to just take a good look at Harry Walter. Imagine running across this guy. Very prominent features, as far as I would say. It looks almost like he's been carved out of clay and then hard put in a kiln and then painted. He's on the New York Highlanders. And by the way, they're sharing their park, Hilltop Park, I believe it's called, with the Giants. The Polo Grounds burnt down, but they're working on it. They should have it up by this summer. Very quickly. Lord. And so we just like to meet somebody every once in a while. Harry Walter, good speed. He can steal. He hit 304. This is a good year for Harry Walter of the New York Highlanders, and the Highlanders are playing this their second game of a two-game series. Senators took the first one 7-6. And we are, though, in Griffith. And construction is actually technically not even completed. I researched it. This stadium has just been built. It's brand new. What a booming business. Unfortunately, the players got screwed. Let's look at our lineups, though. Full tilt. So it's Harry leading off in right. Charlie Hemphill playing center field. Hal Chase, the veteran, player manager. He's at first. Roy Hartzell at third base. John Knight at second. Bertie Cree in left field. Otis Johnson at short. Jeff Sweeney, the catcher. And the pitcher is Hippo Vaughn. And he is a left-hander, a 2WS. For the Senators, leading it off will be Clyde Milan out in center. Germany Schaefer, a very colorful character on this club. He's in left. Kid Elberfeld at third base. Bill Cunningham, the cleanup hitter, at second. Doc Gessler plays right, and I want to provide a point of information. He is the only player I say when it has to do. He was not in lineup. I inserted him. They had a guy who had 24 at-bats, okay? And then they had a second guy who also had like 30 at-bats. And I'm too lazy today to get a nameless player. So I looked who they had, and the Highlanders is a left-hander. I will go with Doc Gessler, the left-handed hitter. So he will be batting fifth at right field. Batting sixth is John Henry. He's at first. George Pride at shortstop, batting seventh. He's a 1 at short. Batting eighth is the catcher, Gabby Street, catcher, -3. Sweeney's a 0. And the pitcher is Long Tom Hughes. And the Senators take the field. Now, I'm assuming I'm assuming Kathy Harden for the Highlanders, the earlier incarnation of the Yankees. I don't like to speak for her, but I think that's the way that is. And they're staying in a hotel. It's not a very nice hotel. It's not an easy life, folks, being a ball player in 1911. And leading it off is Harry Walter. So if it's such a tough life for them, I can surely manage to play a game. Okay, Long Tom Hughes is ready. He's on the mound for the Senators. Walter steps in. We saw him. The windup from Hughes and the pitch. That's 5-6 left-handed, and that is a base hit for Walter. That's our man, or at least mine. And he's an A. He'll be a 1-2-10. Walter with that arm by Street. Now here's Charlie Hemphill. a B bunter here. Highlanders sure would like to win this one. They don't want to get beat by Washington. Here's Hughes from the stretch. The pitch to Hemphill. 1-8 right-handed. He grounds it to first, forcing Walter. And Hemphill is safe at first. It's one away. And the only thing I would say, Marlon, is that's perfectly fine with me. But why don't you say won't pull for any New York team? I guess, you know. But it's do it your way. Here's Hal Chase now. And I want to tell you, Chase is in the batter's box facing Hughes. And the pitch. That's right-handed. And that is a double down the line for Chase. Going to third is Hemphill. So New York has second and third one out here in the first. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding there, Marlon. Point taken, okay. So the Highlanders have something going here. Roy Hartzell is the batter. The Senators are going to play it, I don't know if I'd say risky. They're going to pull that infield in here. Hartzell at the plate. Hughes, 4-5, and he flies it to left. That'll be deep enough for Hemphill to tag. And he does. He crosses the plate. A run batted in for Roy Hartzell. And the Highlanders lead at 1-0 where they frickin' should be because they're a better team than the Senators. It's outs now with Chase on second. Country's capital, the nation's capital, overnight. They'll be on the road tonight for their next series. It's a tough life. Here's Hughes. The pitch tonight. That's 1-7, right-handed, struck him out. So Hughes got him. And the side is retired. Very, very small ball reel. It's one run for the Highlanders. 2 hits. Yeah, sacrifice fly, 1 left. It's 1. Highlanders 1. And the Senators coming to bat. We'll get a chance now to look at Hippo Vaughn. Comes on the mound, Hippo. And he's taking his warm-ups. Hippo Vaughn had 18 starts. This is one of them. Here's Hippo now. Leading it off for Washington will be Clyde Milan. Schaefer on deck. Here's Hippo now. And the pitch to Milan. That's 1-2, left-handed, lines it to second, caught by Knight. 1 down. This is 1911. I think Germany, look, this is before World War I. I think Germany was had great promise in 1911. If I'm not mistaken, you go back, look, they had arts and humanities and great education, culture. They were really advancing to becoming one of the most, I don't know what word you'd use, but advanced, and if you're a fan of democracy, better nations, and then started with the Great War. But at this point, we have Germany Schaefer coming up. And I have German blood, folks. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't define me or anything like that. Okay, here's Hippo now. The wind-up and the pitch to Schaefer. That's 2-7 left-handed. Grounds it to short. Johnson, Otis throws to Chase for the second out. And Kid Elberfeld now stepping up. Cunningham comes out on deck. It's 2 outs by Hippo. Hippo Vaughn. I bet you with my body, when I was about 18, 19, and if I had 6 months to train with a pitching coach, I probably could have pitched close to as well as Hippo Vaughn did, maybe better. Now, some of you may say, Jeff, take the corn cob out of your ass and stop being a repugnant person. I'm just kidding. But really, give me 6 months with a great pitching coach. Because I was a pretty decent pitcher with no training. Okay, here's Elberfeld. I'm just messing around with you, folks. Hippo into his windup. The pitch to the kid. 1-9, left-handed, hit him. All right, got him good too. The kid gives Hippo a glance as he trots to first. He just nicked him right there. Yep. Look at that. He tried to get out of the way, Elberfeld. So it's two outs, Elberfeld on first. And here comes Cunningham. Hippo. From the stretch. The pitch to Cunningham. 4-10, right-handed, catcher X. Sweeney, 3-9. That'll be a 9, E9. It's a dribbler. Oh, and he throws him out. A beautiful play by Sweeney. Jumping on a dribbler. Hit by Cunningham. Side is retired. No runs, no hits. The Elberfeld hit by a pitch. We gone 1, it's 1-0. Highlanders. And it's a God, it must have been a strange frickin' world to live in. Back then, yeah. I don't know, compared to our world. Much worse, believe it or not. Overall, maybe not for individuals, people who got murdered and stuff in our day. I guess these were horrible times, but overall, first of all, they were diseases like tuberculosis and other diseases. We knew nothing of cardiac, infancy, Cancer treatment was, I've already decided though, if I'm diagnosed with cancer, I'll take medicine orally, but I'm not gonna have any invasive treatment. Let me just die already, I've lived a good life. I've seen almost everything there is to see. Well, we're going to head to the top of the second. Sorry about that little rendezvous. Here's long Tom Hughes. allowed a run in the first. Birdie Cree will lead it off. Here's the pitch from Hughes. 411, he flies it to left field. Schaefer, 423, that could be trouble. Oh my Christ. 423, 3-4 it is, it drops in. Germany could not get that. Cree singles to lead off the top of the second. We are here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Walter Johnson's here. He's not pitching tonight. Here's Otis Johnson coming up. It's Cree on first being held. And Otis steps into the batter's box. We're going to have him lay it down. He's an A. Otis is going to lay it down. Infield is in. He's a B now. It's Birdie Cree on first. Otis. He'll be a B now. Here's the pitch from Hughes. 3, he may beat that out. Yes, he does. Otis has beat out the bunt, and that's a beautiful play. Birdie goes to second. And the Highlanders have something going here against long Tom Hughes. Oh, I forgot to look. See who frickin' relieved in this game. We are early on here. This is the last game of the 18th, so I'm looking forward to posting some stats on it. Let me see here. Okay, Quinn came in for the Highlanders. And Hughes went all the way. He got the win. So we're pretty open here. Johnson came in, if some of you remember, for like an inning or 2 innings in relief. Carefully done, coordinated with his starts and his needs for rest. That's a 2-3, beats that out. Johnson beat that shit out. He laid it down, and that was beautiful. It was just beautiful. And here's Jeff Sweeney now. Hippo on deck. If Hippo was a decent hitter, I'd pinch hit again. God damn it. Long Tom Hughes from the stretch here. Already down 1-0. And the pitch to Sweeney. That's 6-7 right-handed. Grounds it to second X. That's for Knight 4. I'm sorry. That's for Cunningham 459. That could be a lot of trouble. So 459. Well, that's a 15-4. He throws him out. And the runners advance. So nice play by Cunningham. He did as much as almost anybody could do with that. But the runners are now on second and third scoring position. And here comes Hippo now. Long Tom Hughes. They'll bring the infield in on Hippo. Long time now. And the pitch to Vaughn. That's 4-11. Switch hitter batting left. Flies it to left field. Schaefer, 423. 3-4. Oh, it's a base hit. Crease scores. Otis coming home. A 2-run single here. Hippo got a hold of it. 4-11. Switch hitter batting left. Fly ball left X. And there you go with Schaefer, 423. 3-4. It's a base hit, 2 asteroids right there. And Hughes is having trouble here. Chase walks over. Player manager talking to him. It's Hippo on first, one down. Here's Walter now. Long Tom. The pitch to Walter. That's 5-10 left-handed. Grounds it to first, forcing Hippo. So Walter's on. It's 2 outs. Being held. Here's Hemphill. Reached on the force and scored. It's a 3-0 ball game now. The Highlanders here. Nice crowd. Okay, Hughes. The pitch to Hemphill. That's 6-6 left-handed, and that's going to be a double down the line. Walter goes to third, and it is 2 outs, but it's second and third. Some big hitting here in the second for the Highlanders, and now Hal Chase Hughes, and really needs to try to get Chase here. Okay, Hughes. The pitch to Chase. That's 1-5 right-handed. Struck him out. And the side is finally retired. But 2 runs for the Highlanders. You know, I've seen pitchers allow 8 runs, 10 runs in this season. Looking at box scores, it's not unusual. But Hughes is staying in this game. He's pitched. His endurance is 8. We're going to move to the bottom of the second. Hippo on the mound. Oh my goodness. There we go. Here comes Doc Gessler, the guy I put in. Hippo now. .212 left-handed. Lines to first, one away. John Henry. .15 left-handed. Base hit up the middle. Henry's on first with one out. He's a B being held. Now McBride. Deb Upcroft has arrived. We welcome you. Pitch to McBride. 6'10", right-handed. Fly ball right. Walter is under it. And that's 2 away for Gabby Street, the catcher. The Senators catcher. It's 2 outs. Henry on first base. And the pitch. 5-7 Street. Chops it to second. That's Knight, a 471. Some real bad fielding there. 471, 16-4, but he throws him out. And the side is retired. So, Hippo, holding on there. No runs. One hit by John Henry, got a base hit. Left on. It's 3-0. It's a glorious 3-0 ball game. The Highlanders. Travel by train to D.C. from New York. You have to have your own bag with your own bat, your own glove, and your uniform. You weren't, afforded a lot of shit. Your cleats, or your shoes. Long Tom Hughes has allowed 3 runs in the first 2 innings here. And Roy Hartzell knocked in the first run with a sac fly to left. Brought Hemphill home. Hartzell steps into the batter's box. He is digging in, facing Hughes. Okay, here's Hughes. Long Tom is coming up short. That's a good one, Kathy, huh? Marlin. Nice play on words. The pitch to Hartzell. That's 2-8, right-handed. That's hit well, but playable by Gessler, and he makes the catch. Nice catch, and that's the guy I brought in. Long Tom is coming up short thus far. Big inning here for Long Tom. So we got Hartzell, and John Knight comes up now. This is destiny, people. This replay is destiny. And it's just the idea of it, that it's happening. And it's happening on YouTube, with social media. And I like it. I could say a lot about it. It makes it real. Knight facing Hughes. Cree on deck. Here's the pitch to Knight. 5-6 right-handed. And there's a base hit for Knight, his first of the ball game. And now Birdie Cree is the batter. Birdie singled and scored in the second. Birdie Cree. And he's got good speed. Knight on first, not being held. Here's the pitch to Cree. 2-2. Hit him. So I guess it's payback time for Long Tom. He gets Cree right on the buttocks. It'll be first and second. And, you know, Hippo hit Elberfeld in the first. Okay. We don't get hung up about it. If the feeling is right, I will eject somebody or some people. It's one out, first and second, and here's Otis, who had that base hit in the second. It's first and second, one down, Otis at the plate now. Here's Long Tom. That's 5-2. Switch hitter batting left, fly ball center shallow. Running in is Milan, and he makes the catch. Runner's hole. 2 down for Jeff Sweeney. Jeff, the catcher today. Long Tom trying to get out of this so he can have a scoreless inning. Long Tom from the stretch and the pitch to a Sweeney. That's 2-8 right-handed, struck him out. Oh, Long Tom gets Sweeney. That's the third strikeout by Long Tom Hughes. No runs, one hit, one hit. You get it? No runs, one hit on the buttocks, and both left on. Middle of the third, it's 3-0. Yeah, we hope you're enjoying this frickin' ball game. It's a pleasure to go back in time. I wonder if Strat-O-Matic will acknowledge my tweet here, which thanks to what it was Joel, wasn't it? I think it was Joel who so amazingly pointed it out. Nothing is perfect, folks. Nothing is perfect. I found one player with a misspelled name. Now, will they be smart enough to act on this and say, oh, make an announcement? You know, acknowledgement is a first step, and then correction. And that requires humility, openness to experience, a willingness to be wrong. And there's no mocking, there's no blaming of Strat-O-Matic. They're human. Okay, but we sure would like to see a correction, an acknowledgement and a correction. Because other than that, then we wonder. I should be congratulated for this. Actually, it should be Joel, and Joel does not seem to be on Twitter. I could name him if he wants. You know, you want me to call you Joel Horland? Is that trademarked, by the way, Joel? I admit it was a mistake, yeah. It doesn't make you a shit or anything like that. It just makes you a fallible human being, which you are, and so am I. And we're not exonerating or shirking responsibility for errors. Quite contraire. It's just the way I like to do it. People get ashamed. So we went down the rabbit hole there, and we have to thank Joel Horland, who just, what a catch that was by Joel Horland, who obviously knows his baseball. He knew Roland was a left-handed pitcher, and he's listed right-handed by the Strat-O-Matic card company. He's a lefty in real world. And he's dead, by the way. Mr. Roland. He had pitched in that game in real world, and that's how he came up. We're heading to the bottom of the third. It's been breezy and easy tonight, people. We had an afternoon ball game, and I'm going easy and breezy right now. And we're going to head to the bottom of the third. The Highlanders, 3-0. Here comes Hippo now. And they'll have a long Tom Hughes coming up here to hit. He's a 3-NR. Long Tom steps in. Here's Hippo. The wind up and the pitch to Long Tom. That's 3-5. He grounds it to third. Hartzell has it, throws to Chase, one down. Just a beautiful evening here in Washington. I know there's no lights, no night games, but you know what? We're doing fantasy anyway. So we'll do as we please. Here's Clyde Milan. Pop to second in the first. Hippo. 4-7 left-handed, and that is a base hit by Clyde. Second hit off the Hippo tonight. It's Milan, a double-A. He'll be a 1-15. One out. They are down by 3, but you got to scrape for everything you can. We're going to send them. 1-17, 1-15. We're going to frickin' send him. Here's Hippo now from the stretch. There goes Milan. And he is out. Oh, my. What a throw by Sweeney. Folks, that was not my call. But he's thrown out Milan. What a throw by Sweeney. Wow. Guess Clyde will think twice before he tries that again. 2 outs now. Here's Schaefer. Things not going the Senators' way. They won the first game last night, 7-6. It was a close ball game. It's 2 outs now. Schaefer at the plate. Here's the pitch to Schaefer. 4-4 grounds it to third. Hartzell. 432. God, they got bad fielding. God. 432. That's going to be 3-4. It's going to go through for a base hit. So look at that. That might have... Well, he would have been on first. Schaefer is now on first, being held. And here's Kid Elberfeld. 2 outs with Germany. On first, here's the pitch from Hippo. That's 4-4, right-handed, grounds it to third, Hartzell, 432, again it's a 4. 432, that's going to be 15-4. Oh, it goes through for a base hit. Hartzell could not get that. Schaefer goes to second and holds. It was a 15-4, 1 asteroid. And it is first and second with 1 out. 2 outs. And here's Cunningham, clutch situation. So, you know, I don't give a shit. I sent Milan, I could give a horse's ass. How anybody feels about that. All right, here's Hippo now. The pitch to Cunningham. That's going to be 3-11, and he chops it to third for Hartzell. This time he's got it. And he throws it over to Chase, and the side is retired. Hippo prompts out of that one. No runs, 3 hits, and 2 left on. We've gone 3. It's a 3-0 ball game. Oh, Lord, yes it is. Yes, it frickin' is. Oh, indeed it is. Oh, my God. Hughes steps out on the mound. Top of the 4th here. It's Hippo again, leading it off. Here's Long Tom. That's 1-5, struck him out. Fourth strikeout for a Long Tom. Here comes Walter. Hughes throws. 3-6, right-handed. And that's a base hit by Walter. A 1-out single, his second hit of the ball game. Being held. Walter on first, 1 down. And here's Hemphill. This truly was a historic time in American history because you had statistics, okay? Reliable, accurate statistics. You had all sorts of documentation. Photographs, writing in the newspaper, box scores even. Okay, Walter on first with one out. It's Hemphill. Hughes. That's 3-3 right-handed. Fly ball right field. And Gessler makes the catch. That's the guy I brought in, 2 down. And here's the manager. Hal Chase. Here's the pitch from Hughes. That's 2-6 right-handed. And that's going to be a double down the line for Chase. Walter goes to third. He'll hold. Second double for Hal tonight. So it's second and third for New York. Roy Hartzell is the batter. Long Tom. 3-3 right-handed. Grounds it to first for John Henry. And he takes it to the bag. The side is retired. So Long Tom trying to settle down. We're going to head to the bottom of the fourth with Hippo coming out. It's a 3-0 ball game. All right, we're ready to get going here with this ball game. Play a few innings like this. We're gonna have Hippo coming out. This is where you get a chance to see what I'm doing here. Hippo comes out. It's gonna be I'm sorry. It's gonna be Gessler leading it off. Gessler, left-handed hitter. Get a nice view of the whole thing here, including the dice tower. Here's Hippo now. The wind-up and the pitch to Gessler. That's going to be 2-8, left-handed. Walked him. So Gessler is on. Ian held. And now John Henry. John Henry. Henry 1 for 2 tonight. Kind of humorous, you know. This is Strat-O-Matic porn. I was thinking something when I was outside that I'm not a big fan of this replay thus far. When I get teams like this, really, they don't, it's not very exciting for me. I like it when big players play. Walter Johnson, you know. And, I don't know, might be fun to have like a, oh geez, I don't know. But I'm going to do it rarely. Slug right through this one at least. And here's John Henry now. The pitch from Hippo. That's 3-9 left-handed. Grounds it to short, double play by Otis. Otis tonight to chase. That'll be 2 outs. And here's George McBride. Here's Hippo now, pitch to McBride. 6-6, right-handed. And that is a double down the line. You see, they have the double play. That's too bad. So McBride with a 2-out double. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue this much longer. I think I'll take a break after this. Gabby Street now. 2 outs, McBride on second. That's 5-5 right-handed. Grounds it to short X. Otis, 488. Can you believe that? 88. There'll be a 46. And he boots it. Otis with the error. So 1 base error. I'm sorry, it's Johnson. Yeah, Otis. Yeah. First and third, 2 outs. Yeah, I guess you may be right, Kathy. You may be right. But, you know, at least I'm being honest with myself, right? Exactly. We're going to let Long Tom hit here. It's a tough call, but it's early, and that's just the way you do it. It is first and third, 2 outs. Here's Long Tom. 1-3, and he grounds it to second, and the side is out. No runs for the Senators. It's 3-0 New York. I think I'll take a break here. What I'll do is, I think that's it for me for the night. I am so sorry. It happens every so often. And there it is where we are right now. And I'll just pick this up tomorrow morning. Most likely. Kathy Harden, you have a great night. Everybody else, Deb Upcroft, Marlon, and everybody else who has been here. I'll catch you all next time.